All right, everyone, well, welcome back. And we're very luckily joined this afternoon by Astro Boy, the man who has certainly shot his career right to the moon, and that's Stephen Erceg. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me.
No, of course, man. So, look, I want to get straight into it. One thing that I love about this sport is that with one good win, someone like yourself can very quickly explode onto the scene. With you obviously having, caused quite a bit of stir in the MMA world, considering the story behind your win, are you looking to sort of continue that momentum, full steam ahead, or are you looking to progress your career kind of at your own pace and develop your skills along the way in the UFC?
No, I definitely want to full steam ahead, move forward straight away, find the next best guy, and work my way up the rankings. I feel like with COVID and the visa stuff and all that jazz, that I lost a couple of years, and I really want to make up for lost time. So, yeah,
definitely. Stephen, look, man. Before we get into last weekend's fight that you had and everything like that, and what's to come, I do want to quickly ask you something that I've been thinking since that event. I don't know if you had a chance to rewatch the fight, but John Anik actually mentioned, he had high praise for Eternal MMA and the things that they're doing for Australian mixed martial arts, and that you were ready for this stage because of such an organisation here in Australia. Do you feel that? Did you feel that difference? Having the UFC, being in the UFC, having that walkout, and sort of almost feeling like a comfortableness about it, where it was sort of regular to you. Seeing those that you fought on Eternal, where they really are preparing guys like yourself for these big time shows.
Yeah, exactly. I felt very calm. It did feel very familiar. Like there's more media, obviously, but because Eternal do the media, they do the they have the lights, like everything feels very similar to the UFC, just slightly scaled down. So when I walked out, it felt like a normal day at the office. You get to see Bruce Buffer introduce you instead of Mitchell Tinley or Daniel Wardley or whatever. So it was exciting. Sorry, it was felt normal. Sorry.
Yeah. Awesome. So, Stephen, if you can, take us back, sort of, walk us through the beginning of your journey as a martial artist, and also whether your journey when you first got involved in martial arts has matched or surpassed what you expected it to be.
So I started around the age of 14 just because I saw Brock Lesnar fight, and I don't know, just really exciting. I wanted to be, it was such a cool spectacle. I wanted to learn what was going on and be a part of it. But at that stage, I still wanted to be an AFL footballer. So I sort of had UFC as my backup plan, I guess. As soon as I decided to stop footy, my plan was always to be in the UFC and be the best. So so far it's going the way I hoped it would. Obviously, it still feels a bit weird. I'm just like a normal guy, so to be in the spotlight and be in the UFC and all that, it's why me almost. But it's so far it's going very similar to the way I expected it to go.
Stephen, I did see your parts of your interview with Submission Radio and how you were wanting Match Snell next. And before that interview actually came out a couple of days ago, I had a look through the rankings once you got ranked at 14. And I sort of had a play around in my mind of who I thought would be a great fight for you. And that was actually the fight I was thinking of, funny enough, was Match Snell. For you, that decision on, wanting to take on Match Snell, is that something that you see stylistically, or is that something that you see maybe that further advances you in the ranks, considering he was originally scheduled to face your opponent last weekend?
Yeah, I think the fact that he was supposed to fight the guy that David Dvorak anyway, I think it made sense. And a while ago, he walked out to the song that I walk out to, and so I just thought, you know what, it's quite
walkout beef.
It's a funny storyline, beef, I guess, through that. So it made sense to me, so that's why I wanted it.
Definitely. So, look, Stephen, for me personally, someone who has always, had flyweight as one of my favorite divisions since, the days of, John Dodson, Mighty Mouse, and, back when Tim Elliott, had his first run in the UFC. And I've been saying since the early days of the show here that they don't nearly get enough appreciation. So for me, the renewal not only of high-level athletes, but the interest in the flyweight division is extremely exciting for me to see, with yourself now being an excellent addition to that. there's obviously a big title fight, just a couple of weeks away now between Brandon Moreno, who for the first time in years is fighting someone not named Davison Figueiredo, and that's Alexander Pantoja. Off the top of your head, what are your thoughts on that fight?
I think Pantoja looks better on the feet. Just he looks technically more proficient, but what's his name? Moreno, I think is just a bit more of a dog. He can make the fight a little bit ugly if he wants to, and he is a good striker. I'm not saying he just doesn't look as clean. Yep. So, and I think the fact that he's had the championship experience and Pantoja hasn't, I think he should come out on top.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, look, Stephen, something I do want to sort of get your take on is something pretty remarkable. I think, taking the fight on 8 days' notice is it does show what kind of caliber fighter you are and have always been. I think, taking those short notice fights is one that Dana White especially appreciates, guys stepping up to the plate like yourself. What was the decision-making process in taking that fight on 8 days' notice? Talk me through, what you were thinking mentally on, when you were offered the fight, how you sort of approached that.
Yeah, originally I was sort of taken aback. Like, I just found out that Clayton pulled out, and I got another fight potentially against a highly ranked guy on 8 days or whatever it was. So I was like, okay, so you get those like nerves like immediately. Yeah. But like at the end of the day, I'm training all year round for opportunities like this. I couldn't ask. It would have taken me 3 or 4 fights to get there if I didn't take this fight. So it was like awesome opportunity, and I'm confident in my skills. My coaches are confident in my skills, so I'm going to take it. And at the end of the day, I'm here to be like the toughest and the best fighter in the world. So if I can't beat this guy on 8 days, like how am I going to beat the champ? So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, a couple of last ones from us, last question from me anyway, is that looking at your gym, Wilkes Academy, one thing I noticed just sort of from my own research is that the gym seems to really balance that family aspect to martial arts with the more, serious, competitive side in the gym as well. For you, what makes your gym the perfect home for you as a martial artist, as opposed to some of the other gyms that are, available to you around Australia?
The big appeal is my coach, so David Wilkes. I think he is very technical. He's great at what he does, and he's really put a lot of time to make sure that I'm as good as possible in every aspect of martial arts. And I do think that in some other gyms, like, there's so many people that want to be a fighter in the gym that you don't necessarily get that one-on-one attention. Whereas in my gym, there's not a whole lot of competitors. So there's a lot more focus on developing myself and my team skills to improve me in all aspects. So I think that's definitely an advantage. And that's why I like it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look, Stephen, last one from me, man. We don't take up too much of your time. It's late in the afternoon here. I don't know what time it is. Are you in Perth at the moment?
Yeah, Perth. It's like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, okay, nice. Well, look, man, last one from me. Like I mentioned before, Dana White was very impressed. With you overall, and I did hear him say at the post-fight press conference, something along the lines of, "I really like that kid," and then getting the $50,000 bonus was amazing for you, considering a UFC debut. It's very rare, I do believe, that you see someone get a $50,000 bonus. Have you made any early plans on what you're going to spend the bonus on? And how was the feeling when you found out that you had won that $50,000 bonus?
Obviously I was ecstatic. I didn't expect to get it. I thought there was a chance if I got a finish, being on 8 days and all that sort of stuff. But I didn't think there was any chance after I didn't. So that was, an awesome surprise.
Definitely.
And as far as like what I'm going to spend it on, nothing exciting. I'm going to invest it into my house and
nice work.
Slowly pay that off, and then as soon as all that sort of stuff's done, then I can buy the Maseratis and all the fun stuff.
Definitely, bro. Look, man, thank you so much for giving us a bit of time this afternoon, man. I know you've probably been swarmed the last couple of days with media and all that sort of stuff, so to fit us in, it means a lot. I wish you all the best, man. I really hope that, and I'm sure you will get put on that UFC 293 card. It's a great homecoming for you as well. And look, man, we'd definitely love to talk to you in the lead up to that fight.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. And I'd love to talk before 293. So,
awesome.
thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you very
it,
much, man.